Okay, so let's talk about how we're going to lay out this essay, like what it's going to overall look like. This is my, I guess, map of its basic layout. Now, there are other versions of how you can do it. I find this one the most successful, so it's really up to you, but I mean, I would recommend this way. So let's say you've got 4 ideas. I only have 3, but if you did have 4, here we go. So you have your intro, obviously, and then paragraph 1, you give your first idea, and you compare and contrast in both texts. So every paragraph will look at both texts, okay? You'll look at both texts in each paragraph. So you'll end up with 3 or 4 chunky paragraphs, rather than lots of little ones or whatever, okay? So paragraph 1, compare and contrast both texts with your first idea. Paragraph 2, second idea, both texts. Paragraph 3, third idea, both texts. Fourth idea, you get the drift. Then conclusion. So that's basically the layout. Okay, so example paragraph layout will look like for my essay that I've planned. My first paragraph, I'm going to talk about the longest memory and seventh dog and how they demonstrate that people are restrained from moving forward in their lives due to the memories of their past. Okay. The second paragraph, I'm going to look at the longest memory and seventh dog and show how that people experience like emotional suffering as a result of intergenerational trauma. So things that have happened to their ancestors, and that's fueled by this idea of collective memory. And then my third paragraph, I'm going to look at how the longest memory and 7 stages illustrate that both collective and individual memories can be a source of strength and comfort for individuals. So not just a bad thing, like I've talked about in paragraph 1 and 2, but also it could be a good thing too, that you can get strength and comfort by remembering things that have happened in your past or in your ancestors' past. So, the actual paragraph structure, what will each paragraph look like? So we've talked about overall what the essay will look like. Now here's what each paragraph will look like, the structuring within that. So you'll have a topic sentence, as per. You'll have evidence from your first text. Then you'll explain the evidence from your first text. Then you'll present evidence from your second text and explain what that evidence from the second text means, how it proves your point. Then you'll compare the evidence from your second text to your first text and then link it together. Okay, so it's T-cool. So T-E-E-E-E-C-L. T-cool. if you like acronyms. So yeah, topic sentence, evidence from, let's say, 7 stages, evidence from topic sentence, evidence from 7 stages, explanation for 7 stages, evidence from longest memory, explanation from longest memory, compare the 2, link it back. It's the basic structure. Okay? You can fiddle a little bit with it once you're confident, not until you get it right. Okay, so let's have a look at topic sentences. Pretty bog standard, okay? You introduce the concept that's being compared in both texts. So for my first one, it's all about how people can be held back because of the memories of their past, either individual memories of their past or collective, okay? So I introduce that idea. Once you've said both texts' full names in the intro, you can shorten them, but you still need to underline them. Please remember that. When you write the author's names, when you're talking about 7 stages, and you've got the 2, it should be written Enoch and Mailman, and then a comma, and Daguerre. Okay, that little comma is important. You can't go Enoch, comma, Mailman, and Daguerre, because these guys are not all grouped together. We group Enoch and Mailman together, so we go Enoch and Mailman, then a comma, it's called an Oxford comma, put a comma there, and Daguerre. Okay, that little comma says those 2, Enoch and Mailman, they go together. Daguerre, he's separate, and Daguerre. Okay, It's a little thing. It'll make it look fancier, make it look like you actually know what you're doing. Try and also, in your topic sentence, pop some clear comparison in there if you can. Okay? So when you say, when you're introducing the idea, why don't you say, both Enoch and Mailman and Daguerre show blah, 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 blah. By saying both, you're already starting to compare. Fancy. Okay. The other thing that I would really recommend is trying to feed in some of those keywords there. Okay, make sure that you are touching those keywords or using synonyms for those keywords to make sure that the marker understands you're answering the question. Okay, so here's my topic sentence example. Okay, Enoch and Mailman, put my little comma there. Look at me, fancy. Mailman and Enoch, Mailman and Enoch and Fred Daguerre assert through their texts that people can be restrained from moving forward due to the memories of their pasts. Straightforward, simple, answers what the topic is. Okay, so your topic sentence just tells me what this paragraph is about, which is about people being restrained from moving forward due to the memories of their past. Now, notice that I've got red for these ones. That's because that restrain from moving forward is talking about the effect, and memories of the past, a bit about memory. That's it. There's your topic sentence.